You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hello and welcome to Enterprise Splaining, where normally we watch Enterprise and explain it to each other. However, this is a very special episode. This is an away mission where we talk about weird and unusual topics. Today we are taking a short break from Star Trek Enterprise to bring you a special bonus episode about the 1986 film Highlander, directed by Russell Mulcahy, which was a recommendation of mine a while back. I'm Bill, and these are my co-hosts Maria.
Hello.
And Jamie.
Hi.
And we are joined by a very special guest, Stephen. We're going to do a brief interview with our very special guest in a second. But in order to avoid any contamination in her response, I want to ask, Jamie, have you ever seen Highlander?
Yes. In high school, a boyfriend made me watch it.
Okay.
Do I remember or know anything? No.
Fantastic.
In fact, you just said 1986, and I thought this was from the early 90s, so we're already starting off terribly.
Jamie, I watched this in high school.
Oh, I'm interested to see where this is, because Highlander is actually a franchise. Jamie, what do you think Highlander is about?
Okay, I know Sean Connery's in it.
That is correct.
I thought it was from the 90s, but it's apparently from 1986.
86.
I know that there's at least 3 movies, and that the second one, I think it's the second one, has a very funny name.
Mm-hmm. Highlander 2, The Quickening.
Yes, that. Sorry, The Quickening is so funny. And I know that the Highlander is some special person. I think it involves time travel, but I'm like 80% sure that there's time travel involved. Mm-hmm. But he's somehow magic and time travel-y. Maybe he also heals? I'm not really sure. And I know there can be only one. I know that phrase.
There you go.
So there's the one Highlander. I don't know what his purpose is or what he does, but I think that he travels like to, I want to say to like our world, or I guess to like 1986 or something. Maybe, I don't know. You guys are looking at me strangely, and I'm questioning this. But I thought I guess I
You're
don't know.
Not wrong, but you're not right.
Okay.
You're not right. I think you're conflating several films here. Okay, fantastic, great. All right, our guest Stephen. So glad to be here. Let's get a little introduction. Computer, can you please explain who our special guest is?
John Stephen King, more commonly known as Stephen to his friends. And what am I doing? Yes, I am the voice of the computer. I go by Stephen. I use my full name for reasons, and I'm married to Maria. Which is how I got roped into being the voice of the computer.
Well, first things first, just to touch base, just to get this off the board, Stephen, what is your relationship to Star Trek Enterprise?
So I watched all of Star Trek Enterprise first run when it first came out, and that is the last time I watched it.
Well, until now.
Until now. And I may be responsible for this podcast because I told Jamie about some of the things that I thought were a bigger deal. Like in my memory, decontamination was a bigger deal than it turns out
everybody's
it
memory.
was.
But the first thing you told me was how it ended.
Yeah,
and I
well,
thought
that
you
too.
were lying to me.
Not lying. But yeah, so that's my relationship with Enterprise. Is I watched the entire series, first run. I had a VCR because I had a VCR set to record it, and then I'd watch it back later.
One of the facts we know about you from this podcast is that you feel a great sense of victory if you are able to skip intro before you hear a single lyric of Faith of the Heart.
I am, and since I pre-recorded it, I was able to skip it when I watched it first run too.
Whoa.
That and commercials.
Moving on, what is your relationship to the film Highlander?
I don't remember the first time I saw Highlander, but I'm sure it was probably at least high school, maybe college. But I remember enjoying it. I actually had it on VHS for a long time. I did not upgrade it to DVD when I made that transition, but I did own it for a while. Just the first one. I also watched the TV series.
Oh wow.
Wait, there was a TV series?
Oh,
Yep.
there were more than one, and then
Wait,
the TV
was-
series got its own movie.
Was Sean Connery in it?
No,
Or-
absolutely
they
not.
recast
Connery was
it?
only in the first one, and that was it.
So
I think,
it was
right? Or
not-
yeah, I think. No, he
So
was in the
Highlander-
second too.
So Highlander the movie is about Connor McLeod. Highlander the series was about Duncan McLeod, his cousin.
Sorry, cousin.
Yep.
I thought you were gonna say son, just
Nope.
because that feels
Well,
more normal
there's
than
a reason
just
it's not
cousin.
son. We'll get into that.
Okay.
And then there's Highlander the Raven, which I believe I only saw one episode of.
Yeah, I didn't really.
Okay,
was a-
but not
there was a
an
cartoon at
actual
one point, too.
raven.
Yes,
Just
there
like
was.
a person named Raven. Wait, it's an actual raven.
No, it's I don't. That would be amazing.
That would be the best
But there was-
show ever.
All right. Just to backtrack, Maria, I apologize. What is your relationship to the 1986 movie Highlander?
So I watched Highlander in high school, literally in high school. It was like
Whoa.
the end of semester or the
For
end
history
of the
class?
year or
your
something.
Your teacher was out sick,
And like I think we were like the equivalent of seniors and just screwing around for the last week of classes, and somebody got the little AV tray, TV tray thing and
Oh, God.
plugged it in. And then we watched it, and for some reason we had to stop like 10 minutes before the end. And and I was like, this is a great movie. I love this movie so much. I gotta see the end. So I don't know, rented it or whatever and watched it. And then and let me be clear, I remember very little of this movie. I remember the general premise,
Right.
but I do remember
I don't
very
even
clearly
remember that.
being furious at the ending. Like just hating the way it ended. I was incredibly angry. And I, to this day, don't know if it was like, I just didn't get it. I didn't understand what was happening. And there was like,
Yeah.
because I had watched it in parts, it just, it didn't make sense, but I was real mad about it.
Now, are you talking about the actual ending or the ending you saw in high school where it ended 10 minutes before the climax of the film?
No, the actual
Wait, they're just at
ending.
the zoo? What's going on
What the
here?
hell, man? And then I think so. I remember, a decent amount of that movie. I remember of the first movie. I remember like the general premise and so on. I am fairly sure I saw the second one many, many, many years later. I remember nothing of that. And then I never saw
They're the
any of the
best.
other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to add something to my story. I forgot. So it was a high school boyfriend who made me watch it, and he talked about it
tracks.
for like weeks leading up to watching it. He would talk about Highlander all the time because he was a huge, huge Highlander fan. He was so into it, and he was so excited to show me, and I was like so excited to watch it. And I remember I did not like it, but I pretended like I did because I didn't want to make him feel bad.
Checks out.
So I was like, yeah, totally great movie. Loved it.
I do also remember that the sex scene in Highlander was somewhat of an awakening for my 17-year-old self. I was like, oh, hello.
Oh, we're going to talk about that. Don't worry. Don't you worry about that. My relationship is I am pretty sure I saw this in theaters because of my friend Sean, who saw it and described it to me. Well, shit, I got to go see this. So I'm pretty sure we saw this together. And then in college, my best friend in the whole wide world is the world's largest Queen fan. So we discussed this endlessly because one of the great things about this movie is the Queen soundtrack. And then
now that you say that, it's like coming back to me.
Yeah,
I
it'll come
remember
right
that
back to you.
because
actually
my high school
forgotten
boyfriend,
that.
also big Queen fan.
And then we discuss Highlander 2: The Quickening, which is maybe the worst. It's one of the it's in the contender for worst drop off in terms of sequel skills.
The
Wow.
Quickening is the funniest name I can possibly imagine. I don't know why. There's just
Well,
like it sounds like a joke.
it sounds like something you put in bread to make it rise faster.
Mhm.
Well, get used to hearing it because it's going to come up a lot in
Yep.
this explanation. So I'm gonna start with my explanation, and if I miss anything, or Steven, if you want to jump in with anything, please, please feel free. Okay, here we go. We open to an amazing Queen song called "Princes of the Universe," which gets this song off to a rocking start. And suddenly, we are in Madison Square Garden, where, yes, Jamie's favorite tag team wrestling group, the Fabulous Freebirds,
I
are
wrote
about
that
to have a
down.
match.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? Also,
I'm already confused. I remember none of this.
I have a question about the Queen songs.
Mhm.
Were they songs that already existed, or
No,
were they new
no.
songs for the soundtrack?
They wrote everything for this.
Wow. Okay,
For
I
this,
didn't
and
know
it's
that.
actually, but it's not like, so they did Flash Gordon, and they did an essentially entire album for this. The songs from Queen are on an album called A Kind of Magic, which is a song from this movie,
Okay, yeah.
which also includes a song from another movie, One Vision, from Iron Eagle. So, but yeah, Queen were brought on, saw an early cut of this movie, and then wrote songs to be put in it, and it's a fucking kick-ass set of songs.
Yeah.
All right, so we are in Madison Square Garden. This is a live shot in Madison Square Garden where a wrestling match is going on. The crowd,
Wait,
and we get
and we're in Madison Square. This Highlander starts in Madison Square Garden.
it starts in 1986
Okay.
in Madison Square Garden, or
Okay,
1985.
there's
which is
definitely
probably
going to
when
be
they shot
time
it.
travel. I feel
Yep.
like somehow.
Kind of, but not the way you think.
Okay.
So this is a real shot. We get to see real people reacting to this match. The wrestlers are coming out and doing this bit, but it's not really interested in that. And then there is an amazing crane shot. I still cannot figure out how they do this, because they start on one side of Madison Square Garden, zoom down to the ring, go past the ring, and then zoom up to the balcony where we see Connor McLeod, Russell Mulcahy, the Highlander himself,
Well,
who's just sitting there.
Wait, he's
watching the
already
match.
there? I thought he was like
No.
from the past. God, this is so confusing. Okay.
And it's a wrestling match, so you have people cheering and everything else. He is sitting there with a somber look on his face, wearing a trench coat.
He looks like a sexy hobo. He has like three.
He looks like a sex offender.
He
What
does.
He looks like.
He has 5 o'clock shadow. He is wearing a rumpled trench coat, and he has a no tie button down. But he is just watching. Everybody is screaming for blood, including this amazing character actor, this fat Bronx guy who is just leaning over. Yeah, you love to see it. Battle of the Kings. This guy is fucking amazing.
Listen, 17-year-old Maria had no problem with Connor McLeod. Thank you very much. Sex offender or not.
Christopher Lambert is great. I love Christopher Lambert.
I love him.
Oh wait,
But-
I thought it was gonna be Sean Connery. Okay, so it's not. It's
Nope.
somebody else.
No.
Christopher
Christopher
Lambert is
Lambert.
Connor
Okay.
McLeod, the lead.
Move over that way, Stephen.
Wait, Sean Connery's not the lead of the movie,
No.
Nope.
but he's in the movie, right? Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Look at my background.
Look at her back.
Okay. First of all, I'm face blind. I don't know which
Oh,
of those
sure,
men is
okay.
Sean Connery because
The
they are
one with the
not
really
speaking.
long hair is the main character.
And that's not Sean Connery. The other
That is
one.
not
is
Sean
Connery.
Sean
Connery
Connery's
with
the
the
one with
sword.
the
Oh,
sword.
Okay.
don't worry. Wait until I introduce who Sean Connery is in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, because I thought that Sean Connery was the main guy and he was the Highlander. I'm already very confused.
That's fine.
This
We
is
are-
not
we
what
are
I thought Highlander was.
3 minutes into this film. Don't
3
worry about
minutes
it.
in, we got wrestling, and Jamie's already confused.
So in the middle of all of this, Connor gets up out of his seat in the balcony, and he goes down to the parking garage. Just big, empty cars. He's walking around. He's wearing, like I said, his rumpled trench coat, sneakers, blue jeans, and he runs into a man dressed to the nines in a perfect business suit and mirror shades. And his name is Basile, which we know because Connor McLeod says, Basile, wait. Basile instantly pulls out a sword and attacks him. And Connor says, okay. And he pulls out his own sword, which is a katana. So we're having a sword fight in the parking garage, underground parking garage of Madison Square Garden. And these guys are doing flips. They are jumping all over the place. They are standing on top of the cars. They, at one point, I believe it's Facile, like electricity is flying off their swords.
Oh, I wrote unnecessary acrobatics.
Unnecessary, absolutely unnecessary.
Yeah.
At one point, somebody knocks on one of the water pipes for the fire alarm, and of course, it's a movie, so all of the water pipes start going off. The place is filled with water. Facile gets the advantage of Connor, knocks his sword away. Connor has to struggle to find his sword. Facile is hunting him down. Connor finally finds his katana, gets the advantage of Facile, makes Facile drop his sword, and then cuts his fucking head off
Yeah, he
in
does.
one blow. His
Okay.
katana buries itself in a concrete support block.
I gotta
Okay.
say, pre 9/11 New York really had bad security.
Yeah.
And then the weirdest thing happens. Electricity starts coming off of Vasile's body. It levitates into the air. Electricity is shooting everywhere. Connor is experiencing some kind of ecstasy. Cars are exploding all through this parking garage. Connor screams. Finally, it ends. Vasile's body drops to the floor.
So is that how this guy becomes the Highlander?
Well, he was the
The
Highlander.
other guy was the Highlander, but then he killed him, and now he's the
Because
Highlander?
what I didn't mention was, as Connor is watching this fake wrestling on there, he's having flashbacks to Scotland in ye olden times where a battle is going on, but they're very quick. We don't know what's going on.
Oh, wait, does
1536.
he... It's not time travel, he just... He's immortal, maybe?
It's time travel in the same way that we all time travel forward in time, one minute at a time.
One
By
second
the
per
way,
second.
I should mention that in preparation for this, I rewatched the movie and took notes through like a third of it and then
Yep.
stopped. But
I just wanted
But
to. My notes are going to get less detailed, but I just wanted to.
But-
I wanted to
was
set
gonna
the
say, wait,
table.
Wait,
But-
are
but-
we...
but I watched it like a month ago, so now I don't remember what some of these notes are about.
Oh,
Lay
this
'em on,
is-
lay 'em on
Wait.
us to this point.
Are you guys doing a full explainer of the movie? Because I didn't know that's what I was in for here. I thought you guys were just going to be like, "Here's what explain Highlander," but not like explain like an.
The
like,
first part is going to be very detailed, and then I'm going to start hitting the
Okay,
highlights. But I
okay.
just wanted to set the table for you here. So he experiences this ecstasy. All the cars are exploded, and Connor starts to run out of the parking garage.
Which was one of my notes is why run? No one's seen you do this. Just go back into the crowd.
I
But
mean,
anyway.
there was a lot of noise, presumably, and it is fucking Madison Square Garden. There have to be,
Yeah.
even pre 9/11, there have to be some amount of security.
Right.
And there's
We
a
are-
dead dude.
We are now back in ye olden times, the Scottish Highlands in 1536, excuse me. Clan MacLeod are off to fight another clan,
Sorry,
and this is a
Clan
beautiful shot.
MacLeod. Wait, say his name again.
Connor MacLeod of Clan MacLeod.
Connor MacLeod of what?
Yep. Clan
Wait,
MacLeod.
Clan
Of
MacLeod.
Clan MacLeod.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, his name is Connor MacLeod of Clan MacLeod.
Well, in the same way that you are Jamie Bernstein of Clan Bernstein.
Yeah, but all those C's and CLs and
Well,
clouds.
well,
Hey
They're
Ben, we're from
Scottish.
Enterprise. I know you're not used to C's.
I mean, there's Scottish.
C's,
Clan
but-
MacLeod of the clock.
Connor
All right, so
MacLeod of Clan MacLeod.
This is
Got
a
it,
beautiful
okay.
shot because they shot these in Scotland, like with a real castle, and there are actual extras. You don't see stuff like this anymore. Like they have.
Oh
all
my
these
god, I
people
was
here.
at that castle. Wait, no.
in 1536.
Yeah, she saw this battle.
Wait,
There can
I'm
be only
mixing
one
it up
Jamie.
with the other Scottish movie with swords. What's the
Talking
other
about
one?
Braveheart?
Yeah, Braveheart. I visited the Braveheart
Could be.
castle. in
It might be
Scotland.
the same castle. And here we meet so Connor is there. Connor is there with his extensions on and stuff. He is a young warrior, and we meet his brothers / family members. We're not really clear. Angus and Dougal. And Dougal has such Matt Berry energy. I could not stop laughing. Like this guy looks like a young, fit Matt Berry. It's kind of amazing. As they are heading off to battle. As they're going to battle, up runs a Renfest hottie who's Connor's girl. She will become important in a few scenes here. We get to the battle scene where the Frasers, the other clan, they're dressed. So the MacLeods are dressed in blue. The Frasers are dressed in red. Except
Convenient.
The Frasers have on their side a Black Knight. It is Clancy Brown, who we saw in Desert Crossing. Clancy Brown looks like
Wait.
he is posing for a
Oh,
heavy
the Desert
metal.
Crossing guy.
Really
He is
tall
the
guy.
tall guy.
Mhm.
Clancy Brown looks like he is posing for a heavy metal album cover. He has armor that looks like it is made out of the bones of a dragon. Like his helmet is literally an animal's head. All of it is made as bone.
I saw that guy at Dragon Con. Pretty
And
sure.
he says to the head of Clan Fraser, "There is one among them named Connor." God, I can't get to that register. I'll kill my throat. He is mine.
You're going a little fuzzy there.
Hey, Waka Waka. The one whose name's Connor. He's mine.
And his name is the Kurgan.
We will learn that he is the Kurgan. So we get into the battle. It's a grand melee. As a matter of fact, at one point, the priest from the McLeod side kills a guy, slits a guy's throat from behind and says, "Forgive me, my son." This is a fucked up fight. They are drowning people in mud puddles. It's amazing. But
I love the like 80s version of like what they thought ancient Scotland was like. Amazing.
But here's the thing: in the battle, nobody will fight Connor. They run up to it's Connor McLeod, and they all run away. And it's like, nobody will fight me. And Dougal's like, "Ha, great, come stand next to me." It's really like they're like these guys have a great relationship. Finally, the Kurgan shows up, and "I'll fight you," and he lights Connor up like a Christmas tree, and at one point stabs him through the torso with this big two-handed broadsword that he has.
Anybody whose name starts with "the" is usually a badass.
Yeah.
Yep.
But before the Kurgan can deliver the killing blow, he gets mobbed by the other members of Clan McLeod, and they basically force him away. It's not really clear why he runs away. He could probably kill these guys and then.
I'm confused about why everyone is fighting. Is this like a fun battle, or this is like
No,
a...
this is for
Battle
real.
between clans.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
probably territorial. We don't really get into the politics.
No, they are straight up murking each other. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but Connor does not get his head cut off, which is important, but he is lying on the battlefield with a mortal wound. We are back in New York City. Connor gets to his car and starts to drive away. He's got like some... Oh, I forgot to mention, his katana, he throws it, he stashes it in an overhead lighting bit, like one of those overhead lights. He throws it up there and then gets to his car. He is driving away, but as he is speeding away from this crime scene, the New York City Police Department shows up and stops him. Yeah. They arrest him. He gets like one of the cops, this weaselly fucking cop. This guy is fantastic. This guy is a grade A weasel. The character's name is Garfield. They throw.
He hates Mondays.
He
He
does.
loves lasagna.
And he hates immortals. He tries to arrest him. Connor pushes him away, and he throws him against the car and puts his gun to his head and says, "Don't move, pal. Don't even breathe."
Can I go get some alcohol? I don't usually drink when we pod, but I feel like for listening to this, I think I need like a glass of wine or something.
Do it.
That's fine. Yeah, knock yourself out.
I will be right back.
All right.
I love that Jamie does every Enterprise splaining episode stone cold sober, but 10 minutes into a Highlander explainer, she's like, "I gotta fucking get a drink, yo. This is some crazy shit."
This movie is lit. I love this movie. I recognize its plot.
I know.
I love this movie. One of my favorite things about this movie is that it gets brought up in that Will Ferrell movie where he's a race car driver.
Ricky Bobby, Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights, where the French, the Perrier driver, and he's explaining he's explaining something. He's like, "It's like Highlander." What is Highlander? It won the award for best movie ever.
I fucking love that movie so much. I keep telling Steven he's never seen it. I keep telling him he needs to watch it. It's so good.
I like that movie,
one?
okay, but
Talladega
Nights.
It kills me when he's like the scene where they're at the dinner table and they're
praying to baby Jesus.
Sweet baby, sweet 8 pounds 6 ounces, baby Jesus.
My favorite Jesus.
Favorite Jesus.
I
good.
respect Will Ferrell. He's done some stuff that I really like. Our comedy Legos do not click. There are parts of Talladega Nights that I really fucking love.
And that's generally me with Will Ferrell too, except but he's really growing on me. Yeah. Particularly the recent stuff he's done, I've really enjoyed. But I understand that fully.
We've started watching Elf recently.
Elf is
regularly
fantastic.
On Christmas now.
I love Elf.
Elf is grade A.
Oh, guys, I just, as you were talking, I'm like, I feel like I haven't had enough to drink. I don't usually pod and drink, but I'm like, I feel like I need to be drinking to listen to
this. Is what I was just telling Bill. I was like, Jamie goes through every single Enterprise episode Stone Cold Sober, unlike Bill and I.
Look.
But you're 10 minutes into Highlander and Jamie's like, I fucking need a drink. I'm out.
I
This
will
is some
tell you,
bullshit.
this is-
and you're
if
not
you-
wrong.
If you have no idea what this movie is about, it does throw you in the deep end because at the very beginning it is throwing you back and forth through time. Okay. The thing you need to know about Russell Mulcahy is he got started as a music video director in the 80s. So there are some amazing fucking transitions in this film, but yeah, the movie is disorienting you at the very beginning. Okay. Okay, so we are back in Scotland, and Connor is dying of his wound. The priest is giving him last rites. The Renfest hottie is like crying over his corpse. So for listeners of this podcast who know Highlander, this is the point where I stop taking detailed notes, and I'm just going to be relying on my memory. So I apologize if I get things out of order here. Okay, so guess what? Connor recovers. Connor recovers from his injuries. This should be a killing wound, and nobody likes this. As a matter of fact, he goes into their mead hall or whatever it is, and everybody's weird around him. And it's like...
Undead motherfucker.
He's an undead motherfucker, and he's like, would you rather I die? He's like, you're no clansman of mine. Connor MacLeod was my clansman. I don't know who you are. And then the Renfest hottie accuses him of being in league with Lucifer.
Okay.
Of course she
And it's like,
does.
you need to, and Angus, who's his only friend, is like, you need to leave, Connor. He's like, I'm not going to go anywhere. And somebody knocks him out by hitting him on the head with a beer stein. And then it is a full-on witch hunt. Connor is in one of those, Connor is in the pillory. He's not tied up, but he's got like his hands like locked up. They're pushing him around, and they're going to burn him to death.
They
But-
sound like Klingons, is what they sound
Kind
like.
of, yeah.
Yeah.
I do think ancient Scotland might just be Klingons.
That
Not
might be what-
everything has to tie back into Enterprise, Jamie.
It's her only point of reference. They want to burn him to death, but Angus says, no, there will be no burnings in this village today. We'll exile him. He doesn't free Connor from his restraints, but he gives him his sword and says, can you walk? And Connor says, I'll bloody well walk out of here. And he says, I'll never forget you, Angus.
He's in the big, like, wooden board.
Yeah, he's in the stocks, but
Yeah,
he's not like they're just...
over his shoulder with
Yeah.
And
And-
they're just like, okay, peace, like go off you go in
Connor,
that.
Well, more like fuck off, but yeah.
Yeah. I think Connor is the head of the clan, and he's like, basically, they want to kill him. Even his former girlfriend wants to kill him, burn him to death.
I'm sorry, I zoned out for like the last couple of minutes. So wait, the MacLeod clan MacLeod lost this fight.
It's unclear. The battle is unimportant. The thing is
Okay, but now
Connor-
they have Connor MacLeod in the like he's now prisoner of the other clan.
No. So the problem is he was mortally wounded. If this had happened to anyone else, they would be dead. But he recovered. So now they think he's in league with the devil
Okay,
because
I don't know
he
why I can't
because
follow
he
this.
recovered from a mortal wound. Like he recovered from
He's awake.
something
Yeah.
that should have killed him.
Okay,
fact,
I don't know
in-
why I couldn't
in-
follow this, and I want to say I am not. I have had 2 sips of wine. That's it.
In future iterations, they actually show them actually die. Like they die, and then come back to life. But they didn't really do that. With this one, it just was like he's on death's door.
do
and
not
then
muddy
he's
the
better.
waters, Stephen. Do not
Sorry.
muddy the waters. What
Sorry.
happened in the future?
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to say something here, and I know that there are female fans of Highlander. I have met them. Beautiful people. This is a very boy movie. This is
Yeah.
a 100%
Yeah.
a boy movie. So
Yeah, this
just-
was my
Seizure.
high school boyfriend's favorite
you
movie.
just got to roll with it. Okay, we are back in
Feels like
New
it's
York.
a very high school boy movie too.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I watched this movie. I love this movie. I watch this movie now. I recognize its flaws. I unabashedly love it. I think this is
Right.
fucking awesome. We are back in modern day New York City, and Connor, now going by Russell Nash,
Okay.
is being interrogated by the police. Oh no, I'm sorry. We go back to the crime scene. I'm sorry. I got to cover this first because this is where we meet Brenda. The police are investigating the crime scene in the parking garage. And the really funny part about this is, as the police are trying to investigate this beheading, there is this crowd of people who are angry about what happened to their cars.
Yeah, what the
and
fuck happened to
can't
my
they leave.
car?
What am I supposed to tell my old lady?
Wait, is Brenda a hottie?
Brenda is
Oh,
an
yeah.
A+ hottie.
Okay, because he's immortal, but presumably ladies are not immortal. He
Mhm.
needs to have a hottie in the past and a hottie in the present.
Correct.
You are completely correct, Jamie. So, as the police are investigating this crime scene, an attractive woman walks in and she says to the lead detectives, "Damn it, forensics is supposed to be notified at the same time." She is the forensics investigator for this beheading.
She is also a metallurgy expert.
We will learn that later.
Okay.
But as the police are investigating this crime scene, and as Brenda is walking around, she sees Facil's sword and she goes, "Oh, baby." She picks it up and she's like, and the lead detective's like, "What that? What's that?" "It's a Toledo Salamanca." "What?" "A sword, a very valuable sword." "What's it worth?" "About $1 million.
In 80s money.
Any antiques dealer on 16th Street could tell you that." We probably cut to the past now, but now we're in the
Do you
investigation.
think that there's any sword that's sold for like over $1 million?
Probably.
Yeah. I have to say this. I have a note that says not a broadsword, and I think it might have been
Ooh.
about the scene because someone called a rapier a broadsword, and I was very annoyed.
It kind of looks like Princess Bride. If you see the sword that Inigo, it looks like that. It's got like the filigreed handle around it like that.
Oh yeah, apparently Napoleon's personal saber sold for 5.2 million. But
Yeah, there are.
That's because it was like belonged to somebody.
Right.
I'm not
Well,
sure that
but-
there's like a sword
so-
that just the sword itself.
So the significance of what she said was that it was a Toledo Salamanca. That's like a very famous
Right.
Okay.
sword maker. So it's the fact that it's not just that it's old; it's that it was made by this legendary swordsmith.
Right.
Mhm.
Or
It's just the
Okay.
thing that drives plot.
Yeah.
It
I'm-
just implicates the antique dealer is the importance of this.
I want to say I found an article about the most expensive swords, and there have been 10 swords that have sold for over $1 million.
Well, there are some
Damn.
swords that are national treasures.
Although some are just knives.
So we are in the interrogation room where Russell Nash is there, and the police are trying to get him to trap himself. And this is a really great moment. He's like, the lead detective puts the sword and is like, "Do you know what this is?" And Nash leans in, he looks at it and goes, "A sword?" They try to trap him. Garfield makes some homophobic comments about this stuff. And Nash is like, "Do you want to hear a theory? You went down there to buy this sword and didn't want to pay for it, so you cut his head off." And he's like, "Oh, that's great. You want to hear my theory? This guy Facile went to the match. He was so depressed by the bad wrestling, he cut his own head off."
Yeah, so is the reason this is suspicious is because presumably I would think originally they thought maybe this was like, I don't know, they were trying to steal something. But if the sword was left there, clearly whoever killed him didn't kill him for the sword.
Don't worry about that.
You're like, doesn't matter.
We're rolling.
It does
This is a music video director. We are rolling. Here's the part. Wait, here's the part you're really not going to believe. Garfield gets in his face, makes a homophobic comment, takes a punch at him, and Russell Nash throws him against the wall, throws another police officer against the wall. Everybody, the windows are open. Everybody who's in this crowded police officer, all the criminals are like, "Yeah, fucking beat him up." And then, so the lead detective breaks this up, and Nash says, "Am I under arrest?" And he goes, "No, not for assaulting two police officers."
Not for assaulting any cops or anything. The 80s. 80s.
I don't. Yeah,
And
that's some
Russell-
propaganda bullshit. Because even in the 80s, they'd have gotten.
He is a white guy, so
shot. He still
Russell Nash
would have gotten
walks-
shot.
Walks out of there. Now, crucial scene. We are on one of the bridges going into New York City. There is a shitty 1970s muscle car going over the bridge. We hear one of those fantastic, incredibly specific news reports about the police are currently investigating a murder at Madison Square Garden, which left a headless body, and the police do not know his name. And we hear a very rustly voice
Wait,
that we've heard
Headless
before.
body, so was the head not there?
They found the head,
They found
but
the
they
head.
don't know the
Okay,
name
just
of the body.
making sure that the head
And we
was
hear-
here.
body, maybe.
We hear a
Okay.
very gravelly voice saying, "I know his name." And then we hear a fantastic Queen song, "Give Me the Prize." It's the Kurgan, the guy who tried to kill Connor in 1536.
Wait, he's also immortal, but I thought only the Highlander could be immortal, and that there was only one
Apparently not.
Highlander.
Beginning to piece things together, Jamie.
There we go.
Beginning to piece things together. Also, Bill, I figured it out. Every time you do Clancy Brown's voice, you're actually a Skeksis from Dark Crystal.
Oh, no.
That's who you're
Skeksis are far higher. He would like to eat that. No, Skeksis are far more higher pitched.
All right. I'll figure it out by the end of this
I
podcast,
just,
who you're reminding me of.
So, next part that I remember, we are back in ye olden times in Scotland, and Connor has freed himself. He is now working at a sort of decrepit tower that stands by itself.
He's a blacksmith.
He is working at a blacksmith, and he has Heather, who he calls Blossom, and Heather is, shall we say, a significant upgrade to his last girlfriend in ancient Scotland.
Wait,
Is his
so now
shirt
he has
off?
another.
Is he like
this is his
blacksmithing
second new
without
girlfriend.
a shirt, like a hot blacksmith?
Yeah, so he
Okay.
went into exile, but he had to have a girl, so he became a blacksmith and hooked up with Heather.
Yeah.
Cool.
Heather,
Okay.
aka Blossom, is amazing, but he's wearing, and you are absolutely right. I don't know if he's, I believe he is shirtless. He has a shirt tied to below his waist, and at one point, to like clean himself before dinner, he thrusts his head into a bottle of water and throws it back like he is a supermodel.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
is the name of this actor again?
Christopher
And then
Lambert.
Christopher Lambert.
flies into his face. No, that's something else.
No, that's later. Christopher Lambert is the actor.
Okay.
He's wearing it very clearly extensions, because when you see him in the 80s, he is close cropped.
Yep.
He and Heather are doing it out in the wild because there's absolutely nobody around. But guess what? There is somebody around. Jumping over them on his beautiful white horse is, let me get this name right.
Is it finally Sean Connery? I'm just confused about him not being the main
Jumping
guy.
over them on his beautiful white horse, dressed in, Jamie, if you watch this movie, you're gonna lose your mind when you see his outfit, because it is deep red with golden buttons, and he has a peacock feather coat.
Okay, so not the one that is
In
currently
the photo.
Steven's background.
It is,
Which-
but
It is, but he had more on.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
This
Which, by the way,
is-
we will link to that in the show notes.
this is Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez, chief metallurgist to King Charles V of Spain. He is also an immortal. He is apparently born as an Egyptian and has lived for many centuries longer than Connor.
However, he has Sean Connery's accent.
Yeah.
Because
So
Sean Connery,
here-
he don't do accents.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
no,
Let's get
Sean
into
Connery-
it.
So we have
Christopher Lambert,
who is
Yeah.
a Frenchman playing a Scottish Highlander,
who
and we
does
have a
not have a
Scottish-
Scottish accent.
does not
Wait,
have
he
a Scottish
doesn't use a
accent.
Scottish accent?
Absolutely
Nope.
not. And
Okay,
then
weird.
we have a Scottish guy playing an
A
Egyptian
Spaniard
who
who
is
became a
now a
Spaniard.
Spaniard.
Who also has a Scottish accent.
Who also has a
Who's
Scottish
the only
accent.
person who has a
And-
Scottish accent. in all
And
of
yes, Connery has a ponytail. I
Wait,
think this
so-
might be the
wait, sorry.
beginning of the Connery ponytail reign.
Sean Connery is playing an Egyptian?
Yeah.
He
Oh, yeah.
Originally, but now he's a Spaniard.
Yeah.
Wait,
Like how
what?
Connor
But he's
Well-
still Sean Connery.
he's
But he's
still
still
Regardless.
Sean Connery. But how? So Connor in 1536 is Connor, but in 1986 he is
Russell
Russell.
Nash.
Russell Nash. So Sean Connery was born an Egyptian, but is now Juan Sanchez
because
Villalobos
he
Ramirez.
also presumably is immortal, and he's lived in so he was originally from Egypt, but then he lived in Spain
Yep.
so long. But also, I'm sorry, you could never convince me that Sean Connery was ever Egyptian.
Don't worry about
no.
it.
yeah, of course
his
not.
No, no.
ethnicity
Well,
is
he
They
He's
don't
supposed to
really.
be
They don't
Egyptian?
try very hard to convince
Listen.
you of anything.
Sean Connery has a long and storied career of playing
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery
It
as
doesn't fucking
a
matter.
Russian or as a whatever.
Okay,
I mean, he
but
just
at least Russians are like white people.
white
like
fair.
He is
But I
fuck-
do feel
well-
like they might have. I don't know that they
Okay.
put him in brown face, but they definitely
No. He's very pale, but he does
They
have the
put
he
a
does
lot
have
of
the eye, he
makeup
does have the
on. Yes,
mascara
they-
on.
They did darken him a
they
little.
they
bit.
darkened him a little. I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
and then they
Okay,
put
okay.
like
'Cause even as a
eyeliner
Spaniard,
and
he would
mascara
have-
on him.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Ramirez shows up and he starts questioning Connor. He starts questioning Connery, not Connery. Connor, sorry. Connery and Connor. God, that's
Very
gonna fuck me up.
confusing.
Ramirez shows up and he starts asking questions of Connor that he already knows. And he's like, "You were exiled from your village. Maybe I was, and maybe I wasn't." And he's like, I know everything about you." And as he's bringing this up, Connor starts to feel the pain of his ancient injury and stuff. And he is there to explain to him who he is, what he can do, and to train him. So long story short, he explains that they are immortals. They are destined to fight each other with swords until only one of them remains. And
What?
if your head, you cannot die by
Why?
any other way except if your head comes away from your neck. And so Connery is there to do, he's a good guy who does an extended training montage with Connor to prepare him for the evil immortals that he will face. And he kind of explains to him the quickening, which is basically
He's
the
like, "So
power
you get
that these immortals
pregnant."
have. It's a sixth sense that allows them to draw power and to the big this does not make any sense. The big test of this is at the very end of the training. They are running on the beach and they see an elk stag.
This was such a terrible scene.
It's a fantastic scene. Don't listen to Steven. And he was like, "Look at the beast. Feel its heart. Feel its power." And then they just start running along the beach. He goes, "This is the quickening."
So you have a barefoot Sean Connery running across the beach going, "This is the quickening."
Wait, isn't quickening when you're pregnant and like your baby kicks for the first time? Isn't that what
Is it?
quickening means?
Oh my God. Does the lightning shoot out and cars start to explode when that happens?
Wait, now am I crazy? Like am I
mean,
wrong
maybe.
about that?
But also,
Oh
so,
yeah, quickening pregnant. You're right.
Oh.
I've never heard
the
that.
immortals can. Part of it is they can also sense each other when they're
Mhm.
near.
Yep.
When they are near each other, they can sense another immortal is nearby.
Right.
Wait,
But
so
quickening
what is the
also
quickening again? In this, not in pregnant
Well,
women.
it's just the power that they have. Because you are going to see, when these guys have sword fights, there's electricity shooting out and stuff. It's basically just the power. And
But they
the
don't have it
presumption-
originally, and then they get it, and when they get it, it's the quickening?
don't worry about
So
that. because
I think that the idea with the reason they call it the quickening is like, so the quickening in the context of actually moving faster or becoming stimulated, so you get more power, basically, is the quickening. You are increasing your power, is what they're talking about.
here's
in
the
this
litmus
context.
test, Jamie, is at one point Connor says, "Why is this happening?" And Connor literally says, "Why does the sun rise? Are the stars just pricks of light in the curtain of night?" It's like, we just have to fight each other until only one of us remains. We
Don't
have
ask
to
other
do that.
questions.
Yes,
There
there
is
will be
no
no further
explanation.
questions.
It's
Okay,
going to
but
happen
why is he telling him this instead of just killing him?
Great
because
question.
they are fighting for the prize, and there are good immortals
What?
and bad immortals, and he is training him because the Kurgan is the worst among them. The Kurgan were people from the Russian steppes who used to throw children into pits with wild dogs for fun. And if he wins the prize, humanity will be thrown into an age of darkness.
Okay, questions.
Mm.
If there's good
Immortals.
Immortals.
immortals, good immortals, and bad immortals, but they all have to kill each other no matter what,
They
then
have
aren't
to
they
fight
all
until only-
bad?
Yeah, so eventually, so you have all the good guys over here battling the bad guys, but when it comes down to, okay, well, now
And
it's
he-
just
Now we
between
gotta
us,
kill
and
each other.
Okay.
yes,
I've
now-
seen a couple seasons of Survivor,
Right.
so
And
I
Ramirez-
guess,
It's
It's exactly
that's
right. It's
basically
Survivor
And-
before the merge at the moment. That's
And
exactly
Ramirez
right.
and Ramirez tells him that when only a few of them remain, they will feel an irresistible call to a faraway land for the gathering, where they will fight to the last. In the end, there can be only one.
Only one.
Why does this happen? Not explained. Don't
And
worry.
then
No
is
one
the
knows.
person
Never
at the
asked,
end-
never asked, never answered.
Never asked,
when
never
there's only
answered.
one, is that the Highlander? Who is the Highlander?
Okay.
Connor
okay.
is the
wait,
Highlander.
back
All
this
right,
up.
all right. I have a rant. because I have heard other podcasts have this discussion, and it's pissed me off, and now I have a platform. Because it annoys me the way that some people will conflate Dracula with vampires, and they will say, "Oh, that's a bunch of Draculas." It's not a fucking bunch of Draculas. There's one goddamn Dracula. The rest are vampires. Connor MacLeod is a Highlander because he came from the Highlands of Scotland.
Right.
He is the Highlander because he came from the Highlands of Scotland.
Oh,
The
so
movie
just
is
like the
named
other
the Highlander.
guy. Okay.
The movie is named the Highlander because he is the protagonist of the movie.
They're not all Highlanders.
They're not all fucking Highlanders.
Except that
They're all.
It's
other
Highlander,
movies about
not
another guy.
Highlanders.
Oh, but the cousin is also a Highlander, so he's
Yeah,
also.
because he's a cousin. He also came. We don't have to
And
get into.
presumably he's not the Highlander.
But he is the
not-
Highlander. Yeah, you have to have them come from Scotland, otherwise they're just sparkling Europeans.
Steven's statement is co-signed by Bill Steitler, Wednesday, September 10th, 2025. So he explains, and a matter of fact,
Telling
as he's
people when we're recording, we for all we know, this episode might be 6 months before we put
that's
it out.
fine.
That's fine. Who cares?
Just let
Nobody
you know.
cares. Oh no! Are we not timely enough for this 1989 86 movie?
We cut back to, again, I'm switching back from my memory here. We cut back to ye modern times. Brenda, who is working in forensics and wearing, let me say, a very tasty, form-fitting white t-shirt, is working in her forensics lab, and a guy walks in to deliver her samples of the metals that they found in the body and the crime scene. And she runs them through a machine. She gets that great Oka data, those green and white striped things, the printout of that. And she looks at that and goes, that can't be right. So she goes back to Madison Square Garden with a metal detector and is scanning around, and she finds shards of the cut that Connor's sword made in the concrete balustrade, and she starts pulling metal pieces out of that. But guess who's there, lurking in the shadows? Connor. He came back to retrieve his katana. She hears a noise. Is somebody there?
Wait, the sword that they found was
The Toledo. It was Facile's sword, not
the
Connor's
other
sword.
guy's sword,
Yep.
and
Yeah, that's what I
and
assumed.
Connor
Nope.
stashed
He
his
stashed
sword
his-
in an
yep.
overhead light.
They did
Got
not
it.
find that. Connor has recovered his sword. She hears a noise. She gets super freaked out, so she decides to go to a bar where she orders, I think it's a brandy. I might be mistaken. She's just drinking by herself.
No! How dare you not check to see exactly what drink she ordered?
Bill is like, I stopped taking notes, and then has extremely
Oh, this is all.
detailed.
This is all sense memory.
Yeah, it's amazing. This is
She does.
one of these days. I have to do this for Labyrinth because I'm pretty sure I could do this for Labyrinth.
Did you say your history with this movie?
Oh, I've loved this movie. I did. I said I think I saw it in the theaters, and I've been absolutely obsessed
Okay,
with it ever since.
how many times do you think you've seen it?
I can't even tell. It's like that's Maria. How many times have you seen Labyrinth?
Couple hundred probably. Like I've seen it. Yeah, and it's like one of those things that's on in the background
But-
sometimes, and you can't.
Yeah,
I will-
Maria, you can't explain Labyrinth because we've all seen Labyrinth. We know
So
Labyrinth.
Brenda has a very funny moment where she goes to this bar where she's obviously a regular and she orders a brandy or whatever it's in a goblet, like it's in one of those fluted glasses, and the guy says, "Say when," and the glass is almost full before Brenda says when. But
That's
also,
not how bartenders work. Maybe in the 80s
Yeah, I
it
was
is,
just gonna
but
say.
she's a regular. Also at
Fair.
the bar is Connor, and he says maybe to the bartender, maybe Brenda, "You ever go to the garden?" What? Madison Square Garden. You ever go there? Wrestling? He's like, "Are you following me?" He's like, "I'd like to walk you home, Brenda." How does he know what her name is?
that's so fucking creepy, man. Now,
It is, except that she pays her bill, walks out of the bar first, and then Connor walks out, and she starts to follow Connor. Connor walks into an unprotected construction area, and she's kind of sneaking around following him. And then the fucking Kurgan shows up, and he's got his broadsword here.
Oh, we should talk about the broadsword real quick.
Oh, I forgot to talk about that. So
first, the Kurgan checks into a flop house,
Uh-huh.
literal flop house,
amazing
and-
hotel.
Okay.
and
Not the podcast.
goes up to his
that's Flopcast.
room and takes out
Oh,
he
yeah.
has this
Okay.
like briefcase, like tech box, one of the like with the clips and everything, takes it out, and inside are pieces of the sword. He assembles his broadsword.
It's
Like
amazing.
a gun?
Wait.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Yes.
literally. First of all,
Yes.
okay, let's talk about his look
Whoa,
because
whoa,
he looks
wait,
like
wait.
the Kurgan looks like he is in a punk rock band. He looks like
Oh,
he's
yeah,
the
yeah, I
lead singer of
remember
Black
that.
Flag.
I remember that.
Wait, and then his sword is
Modular.
in Whoa. Okay. Wait.
He puts it together.
But how does it not? Okay.
Immortal power. Don't worry about that.
Do the ends of each piece have like pieces sticking out, or like
slide
these,
in?
like where it can fit in like a puzzle
Not only
piece?
that,
Logos.
it has. If you've seen any of Star Trek, it has the flip out blades at the like. He has a button that he can
Have
press.
I seen any of Star Trek? I'm not
You've
sure.
seen the Klingon weapon where they can like push a button and like miniature blades pop out.
I think so.
Okay, Steven has sent us an image.
Oh, right.
Okay, yeah, those. Okay, yeah, I know. What
So
you
not
mean.
only
we'll put this in the show.
Not
notes.
only does he have this blade, which he's assembling, but they intercut this with him doing like katas, like him doing like sword moves with it. Clancy Brown does this fucking amazing move where he has his blade and he is rolling it along his topless body because this is how well he knows this weapon. And then at the end of this,
Okay.
the shitty manager of this motel, he paid him in cash and he has a huge wad of bills. He's like, hey, if you want anything, women below, let me know. At the end of this, forgive me for saying this, but I need to evoke this image in your head. At the end of all of this, as he is holding his sword in front of his head, this punk rock slut walks in. She is wearing a deep cut vinyl bustier with this gigantic bouffant. It is amazing.
I don't know what, because we have learned, Bill, you do not know what a bustier is.
This is a bustier.
Okay.
And she says, hi.
Because in the past you have called things bustiers that were 100% not bustiers.
All right. Agree to disagree? She says, hi, I'm Candy. And Clancy Brown goes, yes, you are.
Wow.
Wait,
I
can
do
I get a
remember
photo?
this. Of the bustier?
Yeah.
I'm looking.
Is
Keep
it
going.
a real bustier?
I'm looking.
Is it actually
going.
a bustier?
Ugh, I'm in the. I found the screen cap place, but it's so hard to tell. No, that's too far along. Stand by.
Can we do a second contact on this episode?
On bustiers? No, because that means we have to watch it, and I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I'm not watching this.
Okay, I'm the problem is trying to find the right.
We're moving on.
Screenshot. They're all over the place.
We're moving on.
Yep.
Okay, wait, I'm just gonna Google. Her name is Candy.
We're moving on.
Highlander.
Guys,
Candy.
I have to be up at 5:30 tomorrow to be at work at 7.
I got
We're moving
it. I got it.
fucking
Keep going,
on.
keep going. I got this.
Okay, send it to me.
So, Connor moves into the construction area. Brenda is following him, and the Kurgan shows up. They have a fight. However, even though Connor recovered his sword, he does not pull his sword out. The Kurgan is winning the fight. Brenda tosses him a pipe. They start beating each other up. Eventually, a police helicopter shows up and says, put your weapons down. And both Connor and the Kurgan run off. And the helicopter pilot hilariously says, hey, stop. Wait a minute. We are back in ye olden times, and it is Ramirez and Blossom sitting together. We don't know where Connor is. It's nighttime. Oh, wait, no, we forgot to mention the very crucial scene.
I just want to say I have the photo, and that is definitely. I don't know if you could call it.
It's hard to tell whether that's
I'll
a
give it to
bustier
you.
or not.
I would say it's maybe like half. It doesn't really. A bustier is basically like a bra.
Yeah.
But bigger. It's almost a little bit like a corset. But okay, we'll go with it.
We'll allow it.
It's close enough. But it doesn't look like it's holding anything up the way a bustier would.
We are at a village market. Heather is off buying food for dinner. She wants to go off and buy cloth for a new dress. And she is interacting with a bunch of rambunctious children, and she's so happy. And Ramirez explains that immortals cannot have children. And he recommends that Connor leave Blossom because he has been married 3 times. And the last time his wife died, it absolutely destroyed him.
And that is why Duncan is his cousin, not his son.
Yes.
Okay.
Because immortals cannot have
Wait,
children,
guys.
and this, if you are in the 1980s, this idea absolutely devastated me as a teenager. It's like, yeah, being immortal would be awesome, but you have to watch everybody you know age and die.
Mhm.
Uh,
Guys, Candy's hair.
it's amazing, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Also, you were like, the slut walks in. Yeah, that is 100% how I would
Yep,
describe
there's no other way.
her.
You're not. That is not inappropriate. That is the right.
Okay, so I'm skipping a couple of scenes here, but now we are in a later scene. Ramirez and Blossom are in the castle, the keep together late at night, and he's explaining like one of his many romantic adventures. And everything.
Connor is out. Connor is not here.
Connor, we don't know where Connor is. Connor is fucked off somewhere. And guess who shows up? The Kurgan. And the Kurgan is there looking for Connor, but Ramirez says, "You're too late. I prepared him for you." Ramirez and the Kurgan have a fight, and Ramirez gets a slash across his throat, but does not take his head off.
So yeah, just to clarify, Ramirez cuts the Kurgan's head almost off, but not completely off.
Almost.
But the Kurgan recovers and kills Ramirez. The entire tower collapses. Blossom is in grief. She goes over to the rubble, and a hand comes out. It's the Kurgan's. He grabs her by the throat and says, "Hello, pretty."
And then we cut away.
We cut away.
He says, "Hello,
Gross.
pretty."
Yeah, no, it's extremely gross. Guess what? Kurgan, not a great guy.
Wait, sorry, did someone die? I was
Ramirez
the lady
died.
died.
Ramirez
Ramirez
died.
died.
Okay,
Sean Connery
that's Sean
died.
Connery, right?
Sean Connery
Okay.
died, and the Kurgan
Huh.
took his power.
Okay, wait. So when they kill somebody else who is an immortal,
Mhm.
not
That's
a
what the lightning
Highlander,
stuff
They get-
an immortal,
They take their power.
they take their power. So that's why there can be only one, is because then they just like over time they get more and more
Yep.
powerful.
That's the quickening.
Okay, got it.
And then there is a montage, a very, very sad montage, where we see that Connor remains with Heather. He stays the same, but she's getting older and older and older. And finally, she is an elderly woman. He's like, "Why didn't you leave me?" He's like, "Because I love you." And she says, "Just remember me on my birthday." Finally, she passes away. He burns down the new house that he had built for them and leaves his MacLeod sword as her grave marker, and he takes Ramirez's katana. We are back in 1985. The gathering is approaching, and Connor meets an old friend of his, Castigier, who is an African-American man, slightly Arabic, and they talk about old times they had, including, crucially, a scene that Castigier is not in like pre-revolution France, where Connor was forced to fight a duel when he got super drunk and insulted a nobleman's wife. But here's the thing. They're fighting with rapiers, so they can't cut his head off. Connor is super drunk, and eventually his wig falls over his eyes, and this guy keeps stabbing him, but he keeps getting back up. And
Why won't you die?
eventually, Connor apologizes for calling the guy's wife a bloated warthog and stumbles away. We got to talk about Rachel. We got to talk about Rachel for a second.
Wait, we haven't met Rachel yet.
Is Rachel the
Rachel's
New York lady?
another hottie?
Yes.
No, so
No, New York lady's Brenda.
Well-
so
Okay.
Russell Nash, Connor McLeod's alias, is an antiques dealer, and he has an assistant who is Rachel, is also his adopted daughter,
Who is an elderly woman.
who is an elderly woman.
Okay, got it.
And in the
remember.
special edition, we learn that Connor found Rachel in World War II Germany, where he saved her from a Nazi officer who shot him across the... So he finds this little girl, and she's like, all my family is dead. And he's like, "Oh, okay, well, you can come with me." And this Nazi shows up and says something, and Connor has the great line, "Whatever you say, man, you're the master race." And then he shoots him across the chest, which doesn't kill him. He wakes up, and Rachel says, "You're not dead." And he says the crucial line, "It's a kind of magic," which is a Queen song.
Yeah, that is a
Kills the
cool
Nazi,
song.
and Rachel has apparently been with him her entire life until
Okay.
she's
I'm more into this now that there's like Nazis getting
Well, yeah.
killed.
Yeah, it
This
doesn't last.
sounds more fun.
So, Brenda explains to Russell Nash why she's so fascinated with him. Because she has found these this is nonsense, these metallurgical components from a Japanese sword from, what was the era? The 900s
So it
or
was
something
supposed to
like
be forged by Masamune,
that. Mhm.
which is like a very famous Japanese swordsmith who was supposed to have made impossibly sharp, like the best swordsmith ever out of Japan.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is
So,
this is
Okay.
the most high school boy movie of all high
I-
school boy
yeah,
movies.
I'm like,
100,000%.
listen, yeah.
But-
So,
This is straight high school boy.
100%.
This is the
Mainlining it
movie.
right into my
Yeah.
elbow.
Yep.
Let's
Wait,
go.
oh my god, I'm sorry.
I just sent a picture
Maria
of the
just sent the
peacock
photo of Sean
cloak.
Connery
It's
with the
amazing,
peacock
isn't it?
thing, and oh my
Yeah, it's
god,
spectacular.
this is so much better than whatever I was imagining.
So, Brenda invites Russell over to her house for dinner. He comes over
Okay. For dinner.
for dinner, and he has brought her a gift. And she is a police officer. So as she's preparing things, Russell looks out the window, sees that there is a police car, like the detectives are observing him. He opens, like, she is recording their conversation on a little microcassette recorder, and she also has a gun. And he is, as she's cooking dinner, he is walking through her apartment, like, opening it and finding this, like he knew it was there. And then he gives her gift, and the gift is a book she has written about ancient sword metallurgy, because she's been presenting herself as she works for the Metropolitan Gallery. And it's like, that's a funny thing. It doesn't say that you work for the Met Gallery. It says you're a cop. She says
Nice.
that she is looking for the sword. This is an amazing sword, and I think she actually says that if she could prove the existence of this sword, it would be like, quote, finding a 747 200 years before the Wright brothers flew, which is an amazing line.
Because of the of however that sword
The
was
technique,
forged.
how many times the iron was folded, or the
Was
steel
folded,
was
yeah.
folded.
But it's a historical sword, not a future sword.
It's like a historical sword that
In the context of some
in
of,
the
Right.
co- in
of an
the
age that shouldn't
This
have it.
technique
Right.
should not have existed.
yeah,
Okay,
it's
okay.
too
I guess.
advanced for its age, according to her.
I'm going to skip over this scene, but the Kurgan kills Castigear.
Wait, who was Castigear?
The one black guy.
The one black guy.
who was Connor's friend,
Okay.
and they met and were like, well, I guess this is the end. This is the gathering. There is this crazy psycho mercenary who's
Need a
a
drink.
vigilante who's going out, and he witnesses the battle, and he attempts to stop it. The Kurgan spears him through the chest, but somehow this guy survives, and then the Kurgan and Connor have a scene on holy ground, because one of the rules, which I did not mention to you, is that immortals cannot fight on holy ground. It's tradition. Not even the
What
Kurgan.
is holy ground?
Sanctified.
Sacred ground.
What
Probably
makes
a
a ground
church or
holy?
A
synagogue.
church,
anything-
cemetery,
cemetery,
you know.
anything that's a sacred ground. Yeah,
Because
that's a
one
pretty
of-
common concept.
Because Heather asked
Okay.
Connor to remember her on her birthday. So he goes to a church, Catholic church, and lights a candle to remember her. And the Kurgan shows up, and he is looking fucking punk rock. He has got, like, his scar on his throat. He has got pins going through it. He has shaved his head because now the police know what he looked like, because this witness saw him kill Castigear. Okay?
So he shaved his head because,
this-
like, you're not going to notice the 6-foot
8
guy.
foot gall, yeah.
8-foot tall guy.
Yeah.
Like, in punk rock clothes because,
He's-
oh no, his hair's all wrong.
It's slightly different black that he is
Yeah.
wearing, yeah. Clancy Brown makes a fucking meal out of this scene because they're sitting in a Catholic church that the nuns are going by, and he figures out that Heather was not Ramirez's girl. He was Connor's girl. Ah, she never told you. Perhaps she was waiting for me to come back. And Connor grabs him by the throat, and Connor goes, "Holy ground, Highlander! Remember what Ramirez taught you." And then Connor stomps out. He goes, "I'll be waiting outside." He goes, "I'll wait for my time." And then Clancy Brown, God bless him, has an amazing line. There are all these nuns and priests around him, and he stands up in the middle of this church and goes, I have something to say. It's better to burn out than to fade away. It is amazing. So, Brenda, they do an amazing piece of forensic evidence. I can't wait until you please watch. This movie is only 94 minutes long. Please watch it.
There is
Yeah, it's,
absolutely no way I'm
I
watching
might
this movie.
get real high and watch it.
We
but,
might
that's
watch
the
it.
only-
Please
the only
watch
way
this
it's
movie
gonna happen.
because there is an amazing scene of forensics evidence where this guy, who is not Rene Auberjonois but 100% looks like him, shows up and proves to Brenda these amazing graphics show that Russell Nash died when he was 2 years old, and some other guy has been impersonating his signature, and this guy has been saying, and this guy has this great line. So basically what is happening is every 50 years, this guy dies and comes back as a child that died, and this has been going on for, like, she understands that, like, Russell Nash's signature matches this other dead guy's signature, and the graphics move around.
For hundreds of years, he's been taking the identity of children who died and just becoming those, like, he just
Sure.
takes,
But
so
then
because he doesn't
there's
age.
a while where his identity is of a child.
To pass his inheritance on to them.
To pass his
To
inheritance
steal their
on.
identity on
Yeah.
in our modern world.
Yeah, except this is 1986. This gets harder as you get in.
Right.
But in 1986 and earlier, this was
Because
easier
if you
to
take
do.
the identity of a child, now you're like, you can't get like an ID.
No.
You
You're
can't get-
missing.
No,
you
he's just
you have
taking
not
the name.
you have not seen Day of the Jackal, because what he is doing is taking the birth certificate of a dead child and applying for, like, a social security number and stuff, because they don't check the death certificate, they check the birth certificate.
But then if he's working
Don't worry about it.
and paying
So,
taxes,
all right, he doesn't actually. He is working, quote unquote. He's been living for so long. He has a bunch of money because he's been able to, like, accumulate. Like, imagine if you were in 1536 and just collected a bunch of coins that are now worth,
Right.
hundreds of thousands. Like,
The movie explains this.
he doesn't have a 9 to 5
But
job.
doesn't he? But he owns. Doesn't he own the?
He does own an
store
antique
or
shop.
Right.
something?
But he collected all the antiques as he was.
This
he's
makes
been
sense.
Living the whole
He's
time.
basically been.
Wait, okay, but he's not like selling the
He
He just
does.
owns the antique
Well, he
shop
does.
as like
Does,
a
but,
place to put his stuff.
Jamie, you're overthinking this.
I used to live above an antique store, and the antique store owner was my landlord, and she was a hoarder, and you were not allowed to buy anything in this antique store. If you went in and tried to buy anything, she would set really high prices because she refused to get rid of any. She would not let anyone buy
Well,
it.
that's not what he does. Okay, you're interfering with the great song, because the great scene, because we're getting to the scene that Maria remembers here. Brenda walks into the office and says,
Wait, if Maria remembers, can Maria tell it?
No, I cannot.
Brenda goes to his antiques office and says, and Rachel says, Mr. Nash isn't here. And Brenda says, Mr. Nash has been dead for 50 years. And Connor comes out and says, it's okay. And he takes Brenda down in his private elevator to his sanctum sanctorum, where it is just filled with all these amazing weapons. And Brenda is astonished. She's like, is this real? Is this a real thing? And Connor goes up to her and says, I'm immortal. And she says, well, that must be very hard. Connor takes out... No,
And
I'm
then-
sorry. She says,
It's difficult.
she says, everybody's got problems, I believe is the actual line. Connor takes out a dagger and puts it into her hands. And he goes, I am Connor MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod. I've been alive for 500 years, and I'm immortal. He grabs her hand and stabs himself in the belly and pulls it out. And this so erotically charges her that they immediately have sex.
Yep.
He does heal first.
He does heal
It's
first.
It's not
There's not blood everywhere.
Yeah, he does show that he's healed, and then they have sex.
Yes.
Okay, wait. Can I ask a question?
If you must.
Are there any female immortals ever, or
Well,
the
not in
immortals
this
are
movie.
only...
Not in this movie. In the Raven, there are.
Yeah,
don't.
in
Okay.
the TV series and also the spin-off, The Raven. Yeah.
No, not in this movie.
Okay.
Absolutely not. All right, now we are actually at the end.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
The Kurgan finds out about Brenda, kidnaps her, takes her to the Silver Cup Studios sign, which in this version of New York is an actual like hanging sign and not just painted on the side of the wall. Gives Connor a call saying, "I've got her. I'm going to torture her. Come and fight." Connor shows up. He attempts to free Brenda. The Kurgan starts battling him. It's this huge, amazing fight. They're on this gigantic sign, swords flashing, everything. The sign falls down, and eventually the Kurgan and Connor crash through a, what do you call those things? A skylight. And
Also, before, just 1 second, one detail. I don't remember if there was a water tower or what, but there is something which floods the rooftop before
Yes.
it breaks.
100%.
Then the sign falls, breaks the roof. They fall through into the space below it.
Mhm.
Once they're down there, no water.
No water.
Continue.
Well, it's wet, but no water. As they're fighting, Connor loses his sword. The Kurgan is about to kill him. And then Brenda hits the Kurgan on the back of the head with a pipe. The Kurgan is distracted.
You brute.
Kurgan gets distracted, and it starts to play with her. And just as he is about to kill Brenda, Connor has found his sword, blocks the cut, and looks at Brenda and goes, "What kept you?" Huge, fantastic fight between the Kurgan and Connor. They dance around. There's lots of crane shots. It's amazing. Finally, Connor cuts the fucking Kurgan's head off. Huge lightning display. All the windows explode, and Connor says there can be only one. He is assumed by all of these ghosts, and if you have the captions on, you can hear him say, "I know everything. I feel everything. I am everything."
And he levitates off the ground,
Yep.
and you can totally see his wires.
All these ghosts swirling around. And then he
And
collapses.
you can absolutely see his wires.
Brenda rubs up to him, and he goes, "I want to go home." And then we have a very weird epilogue, totally done in ADR. They are back in Scotland. He is wearing a white sweater, and he explains to her that he has the prize now. He can hear the thoughts of everyone.
Wait, so he was the last.
He is the
it was
only
just
one.
down to
He
the
is the
two.
only
one.
He is the one.
Okay, wait. So wait, what is the prize again?
prize
Great
is-
question.
The prize is he can hear the thoughts of everyone,
That's
including
No.
including world leaders, and he can help them understand each other, and he can help humanity come together in a
Wait,
peaceful
But
way.
he can also now age and have children.
But
Yeah.
he's not immortal anymore.
He is
Yep.
now mortal with magic powers.
So
So that's
Okay,
it.
wait.
You're-
So can he help world leaders understand each other by just because he can read
That's
their
the
thoughts?
prize.
Or it's not an extra thing.
I'm just
I don't
telling you what the
feel
movie
like
told
this
me.
would
It's
work.
like he can create world. Here's the problem: if the Kurgan had the prize, which
We're
is
not
what
saying
is
it's a practical prize. We're just saying this is what the prize is.
this is why I was so mad at the last 10 minutes of this.
This is what they were murdering
That's the
each
price.
other for centuries.
so.
Well, presumably, if you can read people's minds, he can help world leaders find peace, but other people could use it
They
for
can
evil.
connect their minds and help them
He
understand
it's
each
a
other.
whole
I
it's a whole new age. Like I am part of everyone.
It's the
we
age
are
of
all
Aquarius.
and I can help
I
everyone
don't think
get
that's
along. And
how
da-da-da.
politics works.
I'm not
It's-
saying that's how politics work. I'm saying that's what the fucking prize is, Jamie.
He is an avatar of empathy.
Also, that sounds like an awful prize. Like, I would not want to be able to read other people's thoughts. That sounds like
Well, but also he
horrible. That sounds like torture.
also he is now able to age and
yeah,
have
that's
children,
nice.
which he
Yeah,
could not do
I
before.
guess.
Either one.
And he says to his memory of Ramirez, "You never prepared me for that, you old haggis." And Sean Connery in a voiceover says, there are new generations being born, and it all ends on a very wonderful and hopeful note, and we see Connor and Brenda on the Scottish Highlands wearing beautiful sweaters like they're in a Nancy Meyers movie, and the end.
How are there sequels?
Don't worry about
Great
it.
question.
No more immortals.
Don't worry about it.
So
The sequels suck. How are there sequels?
So
But
what?
how do
They
we
are
get to
sequels is
sequel?
the studio said this did better than we thought it was going
The movie
to do.
the movie
How are we
flopped.
going to make a second? The movie did flop, but it became a cult classic.
Boys were forcing their girlfriends to watch it on
Boys
VHS.
were forcing their girlfriends to see it, and so someone decided there should be a sequel, and they were like, "How can there be a fucking sequel? They all died except the one guy," and so then they became aliens, and it was a whole thing.
Wait, what?
So we're not
They became aliens?
not going to explain that.
But they weren't aliens originally. No, that is what we were supposed to do. I didn't realize you were going to give me an explanation of the whole movie. I need to know about the aliens.
Nope, not going to explain that.
Wait,
So,
were they aliens? Is that why they were immortal?
Here's what I'm
So,
gonna.
Not
Not
gonna
in the
explain
first
that.
movie, but it was retconned in the second one.
Not going to explain that. We are not dealing with Highlander.
There is a Renegade
Highlander.
cut that cut out all the alien stuff.
No, I'm sorry.
Nope.
What?
No,
you seen
You
the
no.
were,
Renegade
you were
cut,
supposed to
Phil?
explain
No.
all the Highlander
No,
stuff.
we're not going to talk about
me.
that. We are only talking about Highlander, the perfect movie.
But then they had the TV series where Duncan MacLeod, his cousin,
Right.
became, and so the pilot episode of Highlander the series involved Connor MacLeod meeting up with Duncan MacLeod in the present, which was the 90s by this point. And so that sets off the series, and then Duncan MacLeod has
I
with
signed
other
up.
immortals, and then
is
later
Duncan-
there were movies based on the TV series where then Duncan MacLeod and Connor MacLeod teamed up, and then eventually Duncan
Wait.
MacLeod killed Connor MacLeod, I think.
I
didn't
agreed
actually
to
watch that
explain
movie.
Highlander. I did not agree
And
to
so-
any
How
of this.
how many movies were there?
Several.
1700.
The thing is that there was Highlander, and then the quality just dropped off, and then stayed in the basement.
Wait. They've just announced the cast for the reboot because I got a
All right.
text from my friend who is a
All
huge
right, they're
Queen
rebooting.
fan. Yep.
Is that the Henry Cavill one? Is that the one where
Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
Y'all, I just
So-
want to end with this last screenshot that I found,
All right.
which I feel like would be a better movie. Like, I just want this to be the
Did you
movie.
send this to us?
Yeah, it's in the
It's
chat.
in the
It's
chat.
in the chat.
Oh, just the two of them running?
Look how happy they are. Look
They're
how in love
fantastic.
they are.
I love this movie. This is an entertaining movie.
Okay, I have a question about this movie, not about the other stuff. Is it homoerotic? Because I think I would like it more if it had like homoerotic
Not
undertones. to it.
especially-
Really? Well,
Like,
maybe
You could definitely write. I'm sure that I am
'Cause
100.
the
I am
outfits
I am
certainly
1000% sure that there is /fic out there about Ramirez
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Connor.
that must
is
exist.
fantastic. I think this is, I think exactly what has just happened is exactly why I was so mad. Like, it built up to this great, like, here is this great gift that you're going to get. It's going to be so exciting. And then they really don't explain it very well. And
World
also, he's
peace?
just like, I am happy. No, they don't even explain that all that well. Like, I
Maria-
can understand everything, bloody blah. It's
They-
just very, I
They
don't know, I
literally wave away as like, why is this happening? Well, why does the sun rise?
I understand. I'm just saying, like, take as much time as you spend on on one sword fight. Take that much time to explain what the fuck the gift is.
Yeah, I'm actually okay with them just being like, we are 100% not going to tell you why any of
Sure,
these people
me
became
too.
immortal, why they have to kill each other. We're just telling you the rules. These are the rules. I think that's fine. But if they're going to go through the whole thing for a big prize at the end, it's got to be worth it.
It is
I just
worth
want
it.
to read.
He's
That was my
saving
problem.
the world.
But he isn't. He's sitting on a fucking Highland in Scotland, fucking around
Well,
with
that's
his lady
because
friend.
You
We
get
are-
to the piece of thing adventure.
We are living in the world where the Kurgan won. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's
fair.
absolutely
Yeah, the
true. We
Kurgan
are in
definitely
the
won.
Kurgan, the Kurgan absolutely won.
That
I just
explains
wanna
a lot,
read-
actually.
I just want to read the first paragraph from the synopsis of Highlander 2: The Quickening, which will annoy Bill. which might be part of the reason I'm going to read it. And
They
Fair enough.
don't all get pregnant in this one.
all right, Jamie, finish reading and listen to me what I'm saying. All right, here we go. 500 years ago, on the distant planet Zeist, wise sorcerer Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez led a rebellion against the corrupt leadership of General Katana. Using the quickening, he created a bond with fellow rebel Connor MacLeod that could not be broken even by death. Katana and his troops eventually crushed the rebellion. Why am I doing it in this voice? 500 years ago, on the sorcerer Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez led a rebellion against the corrupt leadership of General Katana. Using the quickening that he created a bond, blah, 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 blah. While Katana intended to execute them, the two were instead banished to Earth to live as immortals, where they would fight each other until there was only one left. The winner would ultimately face a choice to either remain on Earth as a mortal or return to Zeist with their criminal
Zeist.
past crimes. It's either Zeist, well, if it's German, it's Zeist, because it's EI. It's Z-E-I-S-T.
So it's a
Nice.
prequel? The Quickening is the prequel?
Yep. No, well, kind of yes and no.
That movie
It's
is
a retcon. It's the retcon is what it is.
That movie is garbage, and I won't discuss it, except in the fact that in the
It does have Michael Ironsides. If you're a big Michael Ironsides fan.
I am.
I don't know who that
In
is.
the original cut, the caption as you see this planet is it says the planet Zeist, and in the Renegade cut, because I know this because of my friend, the caption is a long time ago, which we always read as the planet a long time ago.
The Renegade
but in the
cut?
Renegade cut, they were supposed to have removed all the
Is that like
intergalactic
the
shit.
It's a
director's
bad.
cut?
It's a.
What? I don't.
shit
The
movie.
Renegade. So wait. Oh wait. The Renegade cut is they remove the alien
Right.
stuff.
Yep.
Look, I know I may have described this badly. I highly recommend people watch this movie. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Russell Mulcahy is a great director. There's a lot of energy in all the scenes, and when he transitions from one timeline to another, he has these amazing transitions. This is a fun movie that moves. Turn your brain off, have some popcorn, watch it. It's an entertaining movie.
I will say that I had not seen this movie in 20 years. And as I was watching
Are we
it,
gonna have to watch Highlander as a second contact?
No.
We're not doing a second contact for this bullshit.
Eric,
Sorry,
stop
that
cutting
was,
off
that
my
was Eric.
sincere thoughts.
He
anyway.
actually cannot hear
He
you.
can't hear you.
Tell him what I said. No, I'm just kidding. I had not actually seen this movie in 20 years. And while I was watching it, like towards the end, I was like, I kind of still like this. I mean, it's not my favorite movie by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm like, I don't mind watching this. I'm kind of,
And I think this is part of what my it sounds to me like exactly what my frustration was when I was 17 years old, which is it seemed like a really engaging, fun, like moved fast, was beautiful, was well put together movie. And then the end was just to me, very anticlimactic, put it that way. Like, I just didn't feel like the gift was like, it didn't feel like anything actually happened. Yeah, he talks about it, but it doesn't. It was, and maybe it was just me going, yeah, blah, blah, blah. He's just talking. He's not actually, I'm not actually seeing what the impact is of him having this gift. Also, I mean, I know we just said that, we are living in the world where Clancy Brown won, but, does it work that way? Like, could it be, if you have that power, then you can use it for evil? Is that the idea?
I think it was like
why
he
would
would
he want
become a
that?
ruler. Like he would take advantage
He
of
would
it
become
and
a
use
ruler.
it to
Yeah, okay.
Right.
And that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. I'll buy that.
It's a simple good versus evil movie, and it's guys with swords cutting each other's heads off. No notes. 10-10 for 1986 bill. Fantastic.
All right. I'm almost at the bottom of my glass of wine. I think we need to wrap this thing up.
Okay.
Oh, did I ever say my one note that says hundreds of years old, no fashion sense?
Yeah, no,
do we know which character specifically you were talking
It was
about?
had to have
absolutely
been.
Connor MacLeod.
It was Connor MacLeod.
Oh no,
Connor
he's a fucking slob through this entire goddamn
Also,
movie.
we didn't discuss the fact that now that he's immortal, he can walk underwater. He can just walk
there's
underwater, not drown or anything. Just walk on the bottom of a lake, no problem.
Yep.
You'd think you would still swim because walking
He
underwater
can't
would
swim.
move very
He
slowly.
couldn't swim. He
They
did not
mentioned that,
ever
yeah.
learn. Yeah, he didn't know how to swim.
Fucking immortal, learn how to swim. It takes you like a couple weeks. You can
It
figure
was
that
still in
shit
15.
out.
It was still in
You
1536.
never got around to it.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh wait, this is the it literally says copy paste the description from the show notes above. Sorry, I need to find the show notes to do the wrap up here. Hold on.
In the next away mission, we'll be discussing Mannequin 2 on the Move.
Oh my god.
Well, I don't,
Listen,
I don't think I've
what is
actually
I would
seen that
fucking
movie.
I would fucking do
I-
Mannequin
I am
for
joking.
sure.
Wait,
Fucking
what is
love
it?
Mannequin.
Mine
What is
was
it?
a joke.
Loved
I will
Mannequin.
stand for Mannequin.
The original
So
Mannequin. I don't think I ever
what
saw
is
Mannequin 2.
I've never heard of this.
We're not.
Oh dear.
No, we're not. God damn it. Fucking dare
So
you.
one
I
day
will do-
Andrew
I
McCarthy
will-
falls for
No,
a
no,
mannequin.
no. No, she's talking about Mannequin 2. Have you not
no,
seen
no,
Mannequin?
no.
I don't know what mannequin. I just don't know what mannequin is.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so she
Mannequin
doesn't know the
is
first
an
one, so
80s
you can
No,
do the first
stop.
one, the
Okay.
good one.
No, I
Every-
have never heard of this.
Mannequin
in my
was
life.
one of Mannequin.
Everyone
was for
shut
me
the fuck
what
up. I am
Highlander
doing the
was for
outro.
Bill. You were looking for it. Did you find it?
I found it.
All right, do your thing.
And that's our away mission. Thanks for listening. Next week, I don't know what the hell you're going to listen to because I don't know when episode is going out.
Good luck.
Steven, do you have a recommendation for this episode?
Oh, for fuck's sake, I didn't prepare a goddamn.
No,
Um,
you don't have to.
What we do, Only Murders in the Building is back. Watch Only Murders in
Yeah.
the Building.
By the
Fantastic.
time people listen to this in like 6 months, they're
Yeah.
gonna be like, "Was that?"
That
6 months
recommendation
ago?
stands. Watch Only fucking Murders in the goddamn building.
Excellent
Yeah.
recommendation. Special thanks to K.O. Myers at Particulate Media for sound assistance, and to our friend David for our beautiful cover art, and to John Stephen King. Fuck him. Who is this guy? I don't even know who he is. Thank
We
you.
are going to send this crew member out the airlock.
Thank you to John Stephen King for being the voice of our computer and for being a guest on this frankly insane episode. If you like this show, please rate, review, and subscribe on your podcast app of choice and tell your friends about it. It really helps us and we appreciate it. You can...
Can I interrupt to say something about Only Murders?
Sure.
The Scott Bakula cameo on Only Murders. For any listeners thinking about who didn't want to watch Only Murders, there's a great Scott Bakula cameo as himself.
Well, I haven't seen it yet then.
So 5 months ago, Jamie will have also recommended this on the episode.
Wait.
that-
Maria, but are you watching the new season? It was the last season.
Yeah, it was last season. We've seen it.
Scott Bakula was in that? I don't even remember
Scott
that.
Bakula had a cameo on one
It was
episode.
when they were in Hollywood because they were the actors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut
But
up
before
and
that,
let me
'cause she
finish
kept
this.
saying that
Stop.
she was going to be on a show that Scott Bakula was
Stop.
in.
Let me finish this explanation then we can talk all we want. Oh my god, it's only 8:39. I feel like we've been talking about Highlander for 4 hours. This is amazing. This is going to be our best episode.
Maria just shaking her head at that.
Stop. Give me a clean break, please.
I've said nothing.
Except that. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook as @EnterpriseSplaining and on Blue Sky as @EnterpriseSplain. You can also email us any comments, questions, such as, so what are the rules of this whole thing? Can you please explain clearly what are the rules of being an immortal in the Highlander universe? To enterprisesplaining@gmail.com. We love to hear from you. And if you want to support this podcast and discussions like this,
I don't know why you would, but
Yeah, send us your ideas for away mission episodes.
yeah.
is this the birth of our Patreon series?
No one would ever pay for this.
Weekend at Bernie's. Jamie, have you ever seen Weekend at Bernie's?
I have never seen Weekend at Bernie's.
So the second one has a whole voodoo element.
Let's do all the Andrew McCarthy movies of the 80s. I'm in.
Oh, God. I have an Andrew McCarthy story that you guys will not believe that I will tell you off mic. You can find us at Buy Me a Coffee as Enterprise Splaining. We'll see you next week, whenever this comes out.
Maybe.
Good night, Irene.
Bye. Oh my
Who's
god.
Andrew McCarthy?
Oh my god. Oh.
Like, I'm serious.
Again,
I don't,
speaking
I
of
don't know this
formative
person.
people in my youth, fucking loved Andrew McCarthy.
Wait, I'm Googling it right now. Andrew Mc... Wait, he was part of the Brat Pack? Okay,
Yep.
then I do know. Okay, I didn't realize
did,
that.
and
Okay, 'cause
actually
I've
he
seen all
did the
those
documentary Brats. You should
I didn't
watch the
watch the
documentary
documentary.
Brats. It's great.
What is the Flopcast? Is it just a weird podcast about cartoons, music, TV, comic books, movies, chickens, and stuff from the 70s and 80s you thought nobody but you remembered? Yes. Will it be the dumbest half hour of your week? Probably. The Flopcast. We will waste your time.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.